I never thought a lavender-scented check-in desk could detonate my marriage, until the clerk asked if I was the business partner, sharing my husband's king suite. I'm Vanessa Cole, 32, content strategist for a wellness brand, amateur yoga pose photographer, and unashamed sucker for couples getaways that promise detox smoothies by sunrise. My husband, Brad, is 34, senior sales exec for a software company that sells Synergy dashboards. Translation: he FaceTimes clients from airports and labels every trip mission critical. We've been married 5 years, long enough to own monogram towels, but not long enough to skip anniversary surprises. Our routines are Pinterest smooth. I pack his TSA-friendly protein bars, he brings me airport bookstore romance novels. We bank date nights like people hoard air miles, because Brad's calendar bleeds red QBR meetings every quarter. Lately, though, those miles felt like a wall instead of a bridge, calls dropped mid-flight, texts delayed, his cologne lingering on a blazer he swore he wore only for Zoom DMOS. So when my company won a Women in Wellness award that came with a voucher for 2 nights at the Arbor Crest Spa Retreat, all-inclusive mud wraps, private soaking tubs, Himalayan salt cave, I jumped on the chance to rekindle sparks. Brad's birthday landed the same weekend, perfect cover for a romantic ambush. I blocked his calendar with a fake, surprise client prospecting label and booked flights to Napa. Friday afternoon, I waltzed into Brad's office with a gift-wrapped passport holder. He swiveled from dual monitors, eyebrows hiking. "Babe, new leather accessories." "Pack them," I grinned. "We leave in 3 hours. Remember our spontaneity pact? Years ago, we vowed to say yes to surprise trips if calendars allowed." His shoulders relaxed, relief or resignation, I couldn't tell. He kissed my forehead. "You're the best CFO of memories." Our flight cruised smooth. Brad answered a slew of Slack pings, then dozed while I scrolled Arbor Crest's Instagram, rose-petal baths, chilled cucumber water, couples smiling in matching robes. I tucked phone away, heart buoyant. At 8 p.m., we Ubered up a winding driveway lined with lanterns. The lobby smelled of eucalyptus and expensive silence. I approached reception, voucher in hand. A clerk named Sabrina, ponytail slick enough to deflect negativity, beamed. "Welcome, Ms. Cole," and she glanced at Brad's carry-on tag. "Mr. Cole." Brad nodded, phone already buzzing. "Wonderful, let me pull up your reservation, Fingers tapped keyboard. "I see your voucher attached to suite 319, king bed, vineyard view." She frowned. "But this suite is already checked in under Mr. Cole and Shannon Reeves, arrived an hour ago." My stomach dropped like an elevator with snapped cables. "I'm sorry, who?" Brad's neck flushed crimson. "There must be a mix-up," he said too fast. "I haven't." Sabrina turned screen toward us. Cole/Reeves business package. I swallowed shards of air. Shannon Reeves, Brad's LinkedIn showed a key accounts partner named Shannon Gorgeous, MBA, hair that screams salon sponsorship. I forced calm. "Could you ring Ms. Reeves' suite?" Brad touched my elbow. "Vanessa, let's step outside." "No," I clipped ice over lava. Sabrina dialed. After 2 rings, a woman answered on speaker, soft laugh clinking glass. "Shannon, hello," Sabrina chirped. "Quick confirmation, we have another guest here for Mr. Cole's room." Pause, then Shannon's voice. "Oh, Brad's wife finally made it. Tell him to grab the Prosecco, schedule's tight tomorrow." Call ended. The lobby's zen waterfall suddenly sounded like a siren. Brad's hand dropped from my elbow. He whispered, "Ness, I can explain." "Explain the second toothbrush in suite 319? I hissed. Sabrina stared, horrified. A couple behind us shuffled away. Looking back now, I see 3 paths branched in that lobby. Implode publicly, dissolve quietly, or turn heartbreak into rocket fuel. My trauma content strategist brain chose option 3 before my rational mind caught up. I straightened, smoothed travel-wrinkled blouse, flashed Sabrina a PR-grade smile. "No worries. Please move Mr. Cole and his partner to a standard room, single beds, and upgrade suite 319 for one." Brad's eyes bulged. "Mrs. Cole, we're sold out," Sabrina faltered. I leaned in. "Then downgrade them and give me the room with the best natural light. I'm here on a solo self-care retreat." I slid her my wellness brand business card. "And I have 200K followers dying for spa content." Influencer magic unlocked. After brief manager whispers, I had suite 212, still deluxe, still vineyard view. Brad sputtered. I ignored him, plucked both keycards from the counter. I handed him the downgrade. Email me your explanation by checkout. Subject line, business perks. I wheeled my suitcase toward the elevator, panic threatening to crack veneer. But anger kept me upright. In suite 212, I shut the door, gripped the marble countertop, let one sob slip. Then I faced the floor-length mirror and said out loud, "You will not let their plot rewrite your weekend." 20 minutes later, I emerged in a plush white robe, hair in a messy topknot, ring finger bare. I marched to the spa concierge. "Vanessa Cole, single reservation." "Couples massage," she asked. I breathed. "Change it to the happy holistic package, includes mud wrap, salt cave, and the photo-friendly flower bath." She smiled. "Absolutely. We can also schedule a private photographer on the house." Perfect, content revenge without saying a word. The rest of night one became a production. I set my iPhone on a tripod beside the freestanding tub filled with rose petals and snapped a shot of myself raising a flute of bubbly caption, "When your plus one is self-love clinking sparkles solo spa queen." Instagram lit up. DMs flooded. "Power move, sis. Who needs dead weight?" My audience smelled drama. I fed them breadcrumbs but not the loaf, yet. Meanwhile, Brad texted paragraphs. "Shannon booked thinking I'd cancel once you surprised me. It's all business meetings, I swear." I muted notifications, posted a story of sunset over the vineyard backed by Lizzo's about damn time. At midnight, I couldn't sleep. I pulled hotel robe tighter, opened laptop, drafted a content series outline. Hook reel, how a spa clerk accidentally handed me my breakup on a silver keycard. Photo carousel, flower bath, sunrise yoga, solo dinner. Live Q&A, ask me anything about turning heartbreak into healing. Charity challenge, every like funds a domestic abuse spa day. I hit schedule, set alarm for sunrise, and finally let tears soak the pillow, quiet but cleansing. In the dark, I whispered a vow. This weekend will not be wasted on betrayal. It will be rebranded as Vanessa too. And with that, I slept, not soundly, but determined to wake up swinging. I woke to a pale pink sunrise sliding through the vineyard like watercolor, the kind you book entire retreats just to capture. Last night's adrenaline had left me with a sour aftertaste, but the view, gold mist draped over rows of vines, felt like an invitation. Curate this moment before someone else does. I grabbed my phone, flicked on portrait mode, and snapped a sleepy-eyed selfie framed by French doors. Caption draft, "Morning, self-care squad, who needs breakfast in bed when sunrise pours it straight into your soul?" I paused, added a sparkle emoji, hit post. Within minutes, comments stacked. At Mindful Martha, Yawa Solo Queen Energy. At Wanderben, teach a masterclass on rebrands. At Shannon Reeves MBA, no comment but story viewed. That last line flashed like a warning light, but I screenshotted it. Evidence the business partner wasn't too busy for doom scrolling. I brewed the complimentary lavender tea but couldn't stomach it. Instead, I chewed on last night's facts. Brad's room downgraded, yet still only one key issued. Either Shannon checked him into 319 solo, expecting a plus one later, or he'd intended to juggle both of us like an airport connection, dock with wife, depart for business. Either way, he'd miscalculated the gate change. Phone buzzed, Brad 7:02 a.m. "Please meet me by the koi pond before breakfast. We need to talk off Wi-Fi." I stared at the text until the little typing bubbles disappeared. No apology, no acknowledgement, just crisis PR instincts. I replied, "Busy healing, email only." I turned off read receipts and slipped into activewear. Emerald leggings, sports bra, oversized cardigan, soft armor. Pulling hair into a sleek ponytail, I studied my reflection. Eyes slightly puffy but posture straight, jaw set. Good. I added tinted sunscreen because breakups are UV sensitive. Downstairs, the spa lobby pulsed with soft flute music. Guests padded around in robes, unaware a war room brewed 3 floors up. I checked in for the holistic package. Concierge handed me a linen pouch, affirmation stones, eucalyptus mask, digital detox tag. She asked if I'd like to lock my phone away. I smiled sweetly. "Oh, my phone is part of my detox." She laughed, unsure if I was joking. First stop, Salt Cave. Low amber lights glowed on Himalayan bricks, subtle ocean sounds piped through speakers. I positioned myself on a chaise, angled phone with remote shutter. Click eyes closed, serene. Click peace sign to the air. Click close-up of affirmation, stone reading, resilient. I posted a reel montage to an acoustic cover of Survivor. Comments stormed in. At HR Heather, girl same spa day, trash X energy. At Wellness Wire, feature coming, DM us. At Brad Cole TX, like removed story scene. Somewhere, Brad was doom-scrolling too. After the Salt Cave, a staffer named Mia, irony not lost on me, led me to a sun-drenched yoga deck for my private session. Any intention you'd like to set? She asked, voice calm as cucumber water. I inhaled. Release false narratives, attract verified truths. She blinked, nodded like she'd heard weirder. Halfway through Downward Dog, a figure hovered at the deck entrance. Brad in resort loungewear, phone tucked underarm, eyes pleading. Mia glanced at him. Do you need something, sir? He shook his head, retreated. My core wobbled but held. I breathed into the stretch, let him exit frame. Back in the suite, fresh fruit tray awaited, plus a sealed envelope under a silver spoon. My stomach knotted. I opened it expecting Brad's handwritten apology, but instead found official retreat stationery. Dear Mrs. Cole, your social content has generated extraordinary engagement for Arborcrest in the last 12 hours. Thank you. We'd love to comp tonight's room rate if you'd agree to tag us in one more post. Harper Liu, Marketing Director. I laughed, sharp, disbelieving. Betrayal had turned monetizable. I texted Harper, happy to collab. Also recommend upgrading Wi-Fi by Koi Pond, Signal Week for crisis texts winking face. Next on the schedule, mud wrap. The therapist Lanny painted me like pottery while I vented in third person. She hummed affirmations, but the mud felt heavy, mirroring dread. As it dried, I scrolled Brad's Instagram, silence. Shannon's, story of a champagne flute at breakfast, captioned earned it. No tags. Her followers commented boss babe weekend. Rage bubbled through the clay. I exhaled, typed nothing. Posting receipts mid-wrap felt petty, content needed curation. Shower, robe, lunch, beet quinoa salad. I photographed it, posted, red flags belong in salads, not relationships. Viral potential soared, share count jumped. At 3 p.m., Brad emailed, subject, business perks, full truth. I hesitated, opened it. Vanessa. Shannon scheduled this retreat after our team hit quota. I did not plan to share the suite with her. She arrived early, told front desk I'd confirm. I was going to surprise you with an upgrade, then you surprised me. I swear nothing physical happened between us. We discussed potential partnership equity. She read more into it. Please meet tonight. I love you. Brad. Attachment, screenshot of text exchange, Shannon flirting, Brad half deflecting. Let's keep it professional. Not damning, not exonerating. I forwarded to my best friend Torai, caption, gaslight or runway lights? She replied with the airplane waving flag gif. Needing second opinions, I posted a poll to close friends. Would you meet husband after he accidentally booked suite with coworker? 92% voted girl, schedule the facial instead. Democracy spoke. While notifications popped, Mia the concierge texted, we have an opening in the professional photo studio, sunset package. Interested? Lightbulb. I booked it. 5:30 p.m. golden hour. I spent the next hour crafting props. Room service delivered extra rose petals, chocolate-covered strawberries, and an obnoxiously large balloon arch leftover from a bridal shower. In the suite mirror, I practiced poses, robe droop casual, champagne flute confidence, peace sign over shoulder. I curled hair into beach waves, applied bronzer, traded robe for mauve wrap dress. Final touch, slipped wedding ring off, secured it on a chain around neck, visible but reclaimed. Studio time. Photographer Aria squealed over concept. Single but self-love at luxury spa? Yes. We shot by the infinity tub on a velvet chaise against a neon sign that read breathe in, let go. For the last frame, I held the truth stone between two fingers like a mic drop. Back upstairs, I built the carousel post. Slide 1, me and tub, petals swirling. Slide 2, close-up of ring on necklace. Slide 3, peace sign by neon sign. Caption, booked a couple's retreat, discovered it was already partnered nail polish. So I upgraded the guest list, me, myself, and 200K friends watching me glow. Reminder, if someone double books your love, reserve the suite for self-worth. Spa Singularity, ring on my terms. I tagged Arbor Crest per agreement, added donation sticker for Safe Beds Foundation, provides shelter stays for women exiting abusive relationships. Hit share. Within 15 minutes, likes soared past 30,000. Comments, influencer of accountability, teach us the glow-up ritual, make shirts. Harper from marketing DM'd heart emojis and promise of lifetime VIP rates. Brad texted, we need to talk before this goes bigger. I ignored, launched Instagram Live Q&A, viewers asked about boundary rebuilding, spa skincare, red flag early warning systems. I gave concise advice, avoided nomming him. Someone asked, will you divorce? I answered, I will decide after reading the full menu of honesty. Donations ticked, Safe Beds tally climbed to $5,200. While I streamed, notification banner, Shannon Reeves mentioned you in a story. I tapped, her selfie in hotel bar, mascara smudged caption, when the wife uses followers to bully, remember, businesswomen sip quietly. She tagged a gossip account. Comments split, Team Vanessa versus Team Privacy. I smiled softly at the camera, said, sometimes silence is loud. Remember that, folks. Viewers spammed lemons to sour the shade. Nightfall, vineyard lights shimmered. Room service delivered dinner for one, ahi tuna, vegan panna cotta. I staged final story, plate, wine, reflection of me in window. Text overlay, feeding peace, not pettiness. Brad knocked at 10 p.m. I slid envelope under door, a printed copy of my post, donation receipt, and a sticky note. Your move requires more than words, book actions. He left without a sound. When exhaustion settled, I drafted a bullet journal page. Tomorrow, hot stone massage, aromatherapy walk, maybe forgiveness brainstorming. Monday, loop HR about Shannon's misuse of business package. Next week, therapist appointment, meeting with brand partnerships for Glow After Goodbye series. Reminder, screenshot everything. I closed the notebook, turned off phone, finally drank last night's lavender tea, cold but soothing. Outside, Brad and Shannon's room lights were dark. Maybe they relocated, maybe they stewed in downgrade purgatory. Either way, not my business. I crawled into linen-soft sheets, eyes heavy, heart surprisingly light. Instead of replaying Betrayal, I pictured tomorrow's sunrise shoot, doing warrior pose by the infinity pool. Because, looking back now, I see healing isn't just spa treatments. It's content you craft for your own timeline, captions only you approve. With that thought, I slept, dreaming not of lavender check-ins, but of a feed full of fearless single frames, every like a tiny applause for choosing myself first. The second morning at Arbor Crest started with an email, not a sunrise. My phone, intentionally left on Do Not Disturb, buzzed until Waffles' custom bark ringtone, my comfort sound, finally yanked me from half-dreams of salt caves and neon signs. Subject line, urgent corporate ethics inquiry. Sender, HR at Sintegrity Soft, Brad's company. Ms. Cole, we are conducting a preliminary review into allegations of misuse of corporate travel funds and potential conflict of interest, behavior involving Mr. Bradford Cole and Ms. Shannon Reeves. Your recent public statements tag, business package, arrangements at Arbor Crest. Could we request a brief call or written clarification? Regina Halt, VP People and Culture. I stared at the glowing screen, blank mind filling with the scent of hotel coffee. Corporate fallout had officially landed on my welcome mat. A twinge of guilt flickered. My posts never named Brad, but digital sleuths need crumbs, not full loaves. And apparently I'd given them a trail of sourdough starter. Still wrapped in plush duvet, I drafted a reply. Hi, Regina. I'm happy to provide factual details. I have not accused anyone of expense fraud. My posts describe a personal experience at Arbor Crest. I am currently on a wellness retreat and can respond in full by Wednesday. Please direct future questions to my counsel, Meredith Powell, CC'd. Best, Vanessa Cole. Before hitting send, I CC'd Ms. Powell. Quick Slack ping from her, Sunday and still savage. Good, minimal, accurate, defer. Message delivered. Laptop aside, I peeked through curtains. Thin fog hovered over vineyards, but somewhere behind the haze, the sun brewed another golden latte. I checked comments on last night's photo carousel. 120K likes, 9K saves, countless queen emojis. Safe Beds donations had crossed $11,000 overnight. My heart did a complicated dance, mixture of pride and spiking cortisol. Viral empowerment always carries aftershocks. Room phone rang, landline old school. "Ms. Cole?" Sabrina, the clerk, sounded cautious. "A Ms. Reeves requested access to the spa deck currently reserved for you and wishes to clear the air on camera. Should we allow proximity?" Clear the air on camera? My brain flashed to influencer apology videos lit by ring lights and regret. "Thanks, Sabrina. Please keep spa deck private. If Ms. Reeves insists, direct her to hotel management." Sabrina exhaled relief. "Understood. Management also asked whether you'd join a photo op this afternoon, local travel magazine covering women solo travelers." "That," I said, "sounds like oxygen." We scheduled 4 p.m. by the infinity pool. I dressed in high-waist jeans, a linen crop top, and oversized sunglasses, armor disguised as resort chic, and headed for breakfast. The dining porch buzzed with low murmurs, heads turned, then quickly looked away. My Instagram had definitely outrun me to the buffet line. Brad sat alone at a corner table, dark circles under his eyes, untouched plate of fruit wilting in front of him. Shannon was nowhere. I almost breezed past, but he rose. "Vanessa, 2 minutes?" Voice hoarse. Part of me wanted to film the exchange for receipts, but I pocketed the phone. 2 minutes, standing. He swallowed. "Shannon's husband found the posts. She's been blowing up my phone claiming I sabotaged her reputation. HR called us both. I need you to clarify." I blinked. "Clarify which part? That you let your partner book a king's suite in your name?" "I never confirmed the reservation," he insisted. "She used my loyalty profile. I was going to upgrade our room when we arrived, but you surprised me and you panicked because the lie had layers," I finished. My voice stayed calm, the calm felt new. "Brad, HR asked me for facts, not opinions." "Facts. Shannon checked in under your profile. You didn't stop her." His shoulders sagged. "Are you divorcing me?" "I'm deciding," I said, surprising even myself with steadiness. "Your actions today contribute to that decision." I glanced at his phone, buzzing again. "You might start by blocking toxicity." He rubbed his jaw. "I'll do whatever you ask." "Then start by leaving me to my breakfast," I replied softly. I walked to a table by the railing, ordered avocado toast, and pulled out my journal. Headline, Boundaries Checklist. Bullet 1, answer HR with timeline only. Bullet 2, no direct texts from Brad until therapy session. Bullet 3, Shannon contact equals block, screenshot, forward to Powell. Mid-toast, my phone vibrated with a PayPal notification. $1,000 donation from Cole to Safe Beds Foundation. No note, I typed nothing. The rest of the morning unfolded like a highlight reel curated by fate. I floated in the mineral pool while a stranger asked if I'd sign her water bottle. "Your posts talked me out of texting my ex at 2 a.m. "Thanks." I attended a cacao ceremony where each participant voiced an intention. I whispered discernment. The facilitator smiled like she'd heard 1,000 heartbreak mantras. Lunch, quinoa stuffed bell peppers, side of phone buzz. Shannon's Instagram went private, comments locked. An anonymous tip account reposted her champagne selfie with caption, "Alleged side scheme fizzles." The internet pivoted from cheering me to trolling her. Unease prickled. I never aimed for a witch hunt. I posted a story. Reminder, hold people accountable without cruelty. We're all human in progress. Viewers responded with clapping hands. Small damage control, but necessary. At 3:45 p.m., I met magazine photographer Lewis by the infinity pool. He wore a floral shirt and an irresistible grin. "We're shooting solo spa goddess vibes," he announced, handing me a flowy white cover-up. Think Aphrodite escaped corporate slack. The shoot felt empowering, sun-kissing shoulders, wind-lifting dress seams. At Lewis's suggestion, we captured a shot of me mid-twirl, Vineyard Valley behind, ring necklace catching light. He showed me the preview, Liberation frozen at 11000 shutter speed. As we wrapped, a golf cart screeched to the pool gate. Shannon stormed out, hair sleek, business casual jumpsuit, armor disguised as resort chic too. Lewis instinctively raised camera. I shook my head. "Not content," I murmured. She marched up, ignoring Lewis. Vanessa, we need to talk privately. Her tone carried boardroom steel. I folded arms. If this concerns HR, direct to counsel. Her nostrils flared. You nuked my partnership pathway. My VP thinks I seduced a married man for quotas. I kept voice even. Your VP saw public receipts. Actions have optics. Her eyes glimmered, anger or tears. I misread Brad's signals. He said he'd book separate rooms if you came. The hotel mixed up. I tried to fix it. By clinking Prosecco and telling staff, tight schedules tomorrow. My eyebrows rose. She faltered. That was showmanship. I sighed. Shannon, I'm sorry your career is wobbling, but the narrative writes itself when you order a couple's spa package using someone else's marital name. Lewis cleared throat. Ladies, I can step away. I nodded. He retreated, zoom lens capturing Coy instead. Shannon's shoulders slumped. What do you want? Respect my space, own your part to HR, and stop subtweeting. I softened slightly. And maybe book your own self-care retreat, solo. She blinked, then nodded once curt. Fine. She turned, heels clacking, cart whisking her away. I exhaled a breath I'd held since check-in. Lewis reapproached. Couldn't help overhearing. That was boss level. He snapped final candid of me watching the cart disappear. Caption suggestion, growth drives away what no longer fits. I laughed, hire yourself as copywriter. He winked, promised proofs by morning. Evening golden hour melted into last dinner, solo candlelit table overlooking Grape Rose. Brad was nowhere in sight, hopefully counseling the HR fire he'd lit. I ordered truffle risotto, silenced phone, and just savored. The brain, accustomed to curating, kept trying to frame shots. I let it rest, tasted earthy umami, listened to cicadas. Back in Suite 212, I opened laptop, drafted my HR timeline. Arrival, desk mix-up, suite downgrade, 0 accusations of financial misconduct, just chronology. Attached photo of booking screen Sabrina had shown, names visible. CC'd Powell, hit send. Then I prepped tomorrow's departure post, a carousel of Lewis's shots plus candid salt cave still. Caption draft. Checked into heartbreak, checked out with higher standards. Spa lesson, exfoliate excuses, moisturize boundaries. Thanks at Arborcrest Retreat for hosting my glow-up weekend. Next chapter loading, airplane, sparkles. As I scheduled it for 9 a.m. peak engagement, a calendar invite popped, Brad. Therapy session proposal, Friday 3 p.m., Dr. Felix's office. I clicked maybe. Finally, I filled one last page in the journal. Aftermath goals. Move Pilates membership to mornings, new routine. Research legal separation versus reconciliation frameworks. Develop glow after goodbye, IGTV miniseries. Send thank you gift to Sabrina and spa staff. Book solo trip with Tori to Sedona. No surprises, full disclosure. Notebook closed, ring necklace tucked beneath collarbone, I slipped into bed. Outside, the vineyard slept under starlight, growth happening quietly in the dark. I whispered, "Good night, self, proud of you." And this time, slumber came easy, the kind of rest that follows a day spent defending joy without swinging swords. Tomorrow, I'd leave Arborcrest with more than souvenir slippers. I'd leave with proof that rebranding a broken promise can rewrite an entire life launch plan. And if Brad's therapy invite turned real humility into action, well, that would be slide one of another story, one I'd publish only if I decided it was worth the likes. Checkout morning dawned copper orange, but my phone glowed hazard red. ARBO Crest scandal, viral spa saga sparks lawsuit rumors. Overnight, a tech gossip site had scraped my Instagram captions, stitched them into a clickbait article, and sprinkled quotes from sources close to Syntegrity Soft. The piece claimed Brad and Shannon were pursuing legal action for defamation, that I'd weaponized influencer clout, and my favorite fiction, that Arborcrest might ban content creators entirely. The story featured a blurry paparazzi shot of me on the vineyard deck hugging a mug. The headline arrowed at my face like a dart. I rubbed sleep crust from my eyes, then texted Ms. Powell. Morning surprise, need statement. She replied seconds later, did the woman ever blink? Already drafting, no complaint filed. Ms. Cole is cooperating with corporate inquiry. False claims equals retraction request. Enjoy breakfast. Breakfast was steel-cut oats laced with lavender honey, a flavor I now associated with damage control. Halfway through, Sabrina appeared. Ms. Cole, the front desk has received media calls asking if Brad and Shannon were removed from the property. She lowered her voice. They checked out at 6 a.m. left this. A cream envelope embossed with Brad's initials. Upstairs, I slid a nail beneath the seal. Inside, a single-page flight itinerary, Brad heading to Dallas, Shannon rerouted to San Jose, middle seat, economy. Stapled to Brad's ticket, a sticky note. I'm stepping back, canceled our suite at home for the week. See you at therapy Friday if you'll come. B. No apology, no love bomb, just logistics. I stared, trying to decide if the emptiness felt respectful or cowardly. A buzz broke the spell. HR Regina again. Thank you for chronology. We've placed Ms. Reeves on unpaid leave. Mr. Cole remains active pending further review. Media rumor Ray lawsuit is false. Appreciate your cooperation. A small, cool wave of vindication rolled through me. Brad safe enough to keep his job, Shannon benched. Corporate roulette. Checkout time, Harper from marketing popped up, practically singing. Before you go, the magazine just shared 2 preview spreads, Solo Spa Goddess front page. She handed me glossy proofs, me in the twirl, ring necklace glittering. Headline, One is not the loneliest number. I laughed, a clean, surprised laugh I hadn't made since Thursday. Tell them they can tag my brand page. She grinned. Also, management created a package named after you. The Vanessa Reset Single Occupancy Photo Add-on, 20 bookings already. I shook my head, half humbled, half baffled by capitalism's speed. Uber to the airport. Driver recognized me, asked if rumor about Arborcrest banning influencers was true. No, I said, they're banning dishonesty. He tipped his cap. At the gate, I cued Instagram, carousel of Lewis's final proofs plus magazine cover. Caption. Leaving at Arborcrest, retreat lighter than luggage. For anyone sipping gossip headlines this morning, truth travels carry-on, lies pay baggage fees. Vanessa Reset. Plane taxiing, Wi-Fi off, peace on. I opened Torre's text thread. Torre, Sedona booked Feb 10-13. Theme, 0 men, 40 crystals. Me, add 1 margarita fountain. She sent a gif of opera screaming, you get a boundary. Landing in Austin, I braced for inbox after 2.5-hour pre-internet silence. Sure enough, hundreds of mentions, but one subject line iced my veins, notice of content removal Instagram. The platform flagged last night's story for harassment. Shannon's fan army had reported it en masse. Appeal option listed. Ms. Powell already forwarded her argument. Advice to avoid cruelty not equal to harassment. Still, algorithmic strikes sting. Baggage carousel turned, no suitcase. Perfect. I filed a claim, left the airport in leggings and hoodie that smelled faintly of sea salt. Lift home. Condo felt alien, Brad's shoes missing from rack, toothbrush gone from glass, but his cologne still ghosted the hallway. On the kitchen island, a Trader Joe's orchid and another envelope. Inside, Brad's handwritten note finally and a USB stick. Vanessa. Spent last night drafting this instead of excuses. I've told HR the suite was booked without my consent. Shannon admitted she misused my profile and expense code. I transferred $20K of my bonus to safe beds. Receipt on USB. Therapy session, Friday prepaid, for 6 weeks regardless of your choice. If divorce brings you peace, I'll sign immediately. No contest. I love you enough to accept your maybe. B***. I plugged in the USB, PDF of wire transfer, screenshot of Slack telling team he's on ethics probation, signed intake form for Dr. Felix. Receipts, literal and figurative. I poured seltzer, sat cross-legged on couch, open journal. Pros of meeting Friday. CF ownership excuses. Closure for camera-free heart. Therapist mediator guarantees guardrails. Cons. Potential gaslighting, repackaged as growth pitch. Emotional backslide could tank brand momentum. My piece shouldn't hinge on his revelation. I chewed straw, then wrote new column, pros of skipping. Peace, clarity, free Friday spa voucher I saved, etc. Journal closed, I called Dr. Lee. Gut says observe from distance, I admitted. She replied, boundaries aren't concrete walls, they're adjustable gates. If gate feels shaky, keep it closed until you reinforce. We scheduled an extra session Thursday. Evening, brand Slack ping, Snack Queen's PR lead ecstatic. Target and Whole Foods interested in Truth Bites pop-ups timed with Valentine's Day. Self-love snack packs pilot. They asked for a launch day live event. I suggested an Austin rooftop yoga brunch benefiting safe beds. No mention of scandal, purely empowerment. But empowerment still had enemies. DMs from troll account at spouse, shamer claimed I'd staged everything for clout. They posted freeze frames of my vineyard shoot with caption, "Crocodile tears pay luxury bills." Comments minor but vile. I screenshotted, sent to Ms. Powell. She responded, "We'll file harassment, but bigger defense is ignoring trolls. Public sees your receipts." She was right, hate wobbles when you rob it of attention. Wednesday morning luggage arrived smelling of airport tarmac. I dumped clothes into wash, symbolically rinsing trauma. Phone ding, IG appeal approved, story restored. Small win. Thursday therapy with Dr. Lee, we role-played Friday scenario. She asked, "What question must Brad answer for you to consider reconciliation?" I blurted, "Why did he emotionally outsource intimacy to someone who spelled synergy with a heart emoji?" Dr. Lee smiled gently. "Excellent clarity. If he can't answer, gate stays shut." Friday midday, I dressed neutrally, navy blouse, jeans, modest heels, strong but not ice queen, USB proofs and purse. At Dr. Felix's office, Brad sat rigid, therapist between us. Session opened with deep breath ritual. Brad's voice cracked as he explained mixed signals, blurred lines, ego strokes. He finished, "I wanted to feel irreplaceable." Dr. Felix asked him to name the new boundary he'd enforce. He said, "Transparency logs, Vanessa can access my calendar, Slack, every trip expense, and couples therapy weekly." My turn. I laid out non-negotiables. 0 private travel with female colleagues, monthly donation to safe beds indefinite, prenup addendum transferring condo to me if cheating confirmed again. He agreed, signed preliminary doc. Dr. Felix printed. Driving home, I still felt uncertain. The willingness impressed me, but love is not a loyalty program. Weekend scroll, the travel magazine published digital feature. Comments mostly supportive, a few husband clout jokes. Shannon posted a black square image, taking hiatus to focus on personal growth. No one cared by then. Sunday, I recorded the first episode of Glow After Goodbye IGTV series. Topic: 3 C's of boundary rehab, clarity, consequence, consistency. I filmed in living room sunbeam, orchid visible. First line, I never thought a spa clerk would become my reality check fairy godmother until she handed me the wrong key card. Full circle. Episode dropped Monday, 1.2 million views in 24 hours, brand sponsors pouring. Safe Beds total donations, $45,000. Epilogue, not yet. Brad and I sit in therapy trenches, gate cracked, not swung. Shannon vanished offline. Arborcrest sold out of Vanessa reset through July. And me? I'm prepping Sedona crystals, finalizing Target shelf talkers, learning that healing is part timeline, part algorithm, mostly choice. Because sometimes you book a couples retreat and end up spa bombing your entire past, only to find the future waiting in a plush robe, holding a herbal tea, whispering, "Exhale, now post." I thought negotiating a prenup addendum was the hardest flex I'd make this year, until Target's regional buyer called my bluff with an order for 50,000 self-love snack packs due in 8 weeks. No soft launch, no pilot aisle. They wanted a Valentine's Day end cap that screamed single and thriving in every Texas store. Snack Queen's Slack channel exploded with direct hit emojis and mild panic. We were still a startup that packed salami cones by hand while watching Netflix subtitles. At 8 a.m. Monday, I sat at my dining table, now a war desk, wearing blue light glasses and a hoodie that read "No bad energy." Between spreadsheets, my gaze drifted to Brad's orchid, petals still perfect. Symbolism, maybe just good horticulture. Slack pinged. Nora Snack Queen Ops, need final artwork today for Target POS. Copy line. Me, how about be mine? Nah, I'm already taken by myself. Typing bubbles. Nora, approving. Also, co-packer in Vegas can scale cones if we swap turkey for salami shelf life. Good. Me, as long as turkey isn't a metaphor for my ex. Laugh reacts flooded. I'd become fluent in dark humor. Less bitterness, more brand voice. Mid-planning, Dr. Lee texted a gentle reminder. Healing sprint check-in, hydrate and walk before 2 p.m. Therapists who text hydration reminders deserve copay surges. I set a 12 p.m. alarm. The Brad update. At 10 a.m., Brad forwarded a calendar invite tagged Transparency Sync. A shared Google Sheet of every expense and message log now sat in my inbox. Overkill or earnest? Hard to tell. That afternoon, he'd meet HR for final verdict. He hadn't asked me to clarify anything since therapy, small miracle. I replied, received, boundaries appreciated, no emojis. I FaceTimed from Sedona Crystal Shop, brandishing a purple geode. Protection from corporate vampires, she said. I ordered 2. The Shannon curveball. Noon hydration walk. Austin's winter sun felt like lukewarm tea. Halfway down South Congress, my phone buzzed unknown number, voicemail only. Curiosity 1, I ducked into a coffee trailer, ordered a cold brew, listened. Vanessa, it's Shannon Reeves. HR is forcing my resignation. Gossip sites say I seduced my way up. I know I messed up, but the online hate is brutal. Could we meet off camera? I want to apologize, maybe collaborate on accountability content. Call me. Collaborate? Accountability collab sounded like a snake asking for a skincare routine. I forwarded voicemail to Powell. Within minutes. Ms. Powell, no direct contact. Zero upside, high liability. If she wants restorative justice, she can channel through counsel after a social media hiatus. I texted Shannon's number. I'm focusing on healing. Please forward any statements via legal channels. Blocked. Coffee finished, I noticed passersby side-eyeing me, the influencer perk curse. 2 teens whispered, then approached. Are you the glow-up spa lady? They asked for a selfie. I obliged, reminding them to tag the shelter donation link. Influence wielded responsibly. Corporate crossfire. Tuesday, 4 p.m., I received Regina's final email. Brad cleared of expense fraud but issued a formal reprimand for professional boundary negligence. Shannon resigned with severance contingent on NDA. HR thanked me for cooperation, attached a $5,000 donation receipt to safe beds in my name as appreciation. Corporate guilt money? I routed it straight to the shelter. Brad texted, verdict in, meeting Dr. Felix Friday, hope you'll come. I reacted with a simple thumbs up but anxiety pinched. Therapy gate still quivered. Viral volcano, take 2. Wednesday morning, a new twist. Teased leaked emails between Shannon and me, fabricated lines where I demanded hush money. Totally false. Powell scorched them with a cease and desist by noon. They tweeted retraction by 3. Yet spa scandal trended again, trolls resuscitated. I filmed a 60-second reel titled How to Fact Check Before You Retweet a Lie. No names, just strategy, reverse image searches, reading timestamps, verifying sources. It clocked 500K views in 6 hours and weirdly doubled snack kit pre-orders. People love blending civics with charcuterie. Target's buyer sent ecstatic gifts. Your authenticity drives velocity projections. Capitalism, one man's heartbreak is another aisle's foot traffic. The happy soloversary, shoot. Thursday marked 1 week since spa check-in. Lewis offered a complimentary follow-up shoot, downtown rooftops, golden hour. I almost declined, exhausted, but Dr. Lee encouraged celebratory rituals. I said yes. We met atop the Line Hotel. Wind teased my linen jumpsuit, Austin's skyline blazed copper. Lewis played Lizzo again. Mid-shot, he asked, if you could send a DM to last Thursday what would it say? Without thinking, I answered, schedule the massage anyway. He captured the laugh. We ended with me holding Torai's purple geode against the sun, prism shards scattering. Lewis previewed the shot, pride bubbled like seltzer. That night I prepped the soloversary carousel for Friday 8 a.m., exact timestamp of my first viral post. Caption draft. 1 week ago, a clerk handed me a plot twist. Today I handed myself power back. Reminder, you can glow and grow simultaneously. Slide 4, geode pick. Alt text. Healing isn't linear, it's crystalline, cracks catch the light. Therapy Friday, gate status. I arrived at Dr. Felix's sweet clutching geode like a talisman. Brad waited inside, therapist between us again. He looked tired but focused, notebook open. Session theme, rebuilding trust versus rebuilding apart. Dr. Felix asked Brad to outline concrete steps for either outcome. He produced a 2-column matrix. Path A: reconciliation. Couples therapy weekly 6 mo. Quarterly transparency retreats. Choose destination together. Joint financial coaching. Path B: amicable divorce. Condo to Vanessa. 50-50 savings split. Waffles custody schedule. I studied the document, prepared, realistic, possibly coached by HR, but still. Dr. Felix asked my feelings. I said, I appreciate clarity, my heart file still processing. We agreed on 90-day evaluation period, signed by both. Outside, Brad whispered, "May I hug you?" I weighed my answer, then offered a brief embrace, a handshake upgrade. He smelled less like cologne, more like humility. Progress? Maybe. Target or bullseye? Saturday, Snack Queen hosted a mock-up assembly line at a rented kitchen. Tori, Nate, Zoe, even Dr. Lee off-duty donned hairnets. We packed turkey cone prototypes, slipped truth cards inside lids, prompts like write yourself a forgiveness note, list 3 non-negotiable boundaries. Zoe joked, too bad some people treat boundaries like airport TSA, remove shoes when convenient. Laughter healed edges. I filmed a TikTok warehouse tour set to Dua Lipa, Dance the Night. Within hours, Target stitched it, announcing the Valentine's partnership. Comments, finally a V-Day display for singles, couple goals, more like self-goals. Sales site crashed briefly, good problem. An unexpected DM. Sunday 11 p.m., I received Instagram DM from a blue check. At Liz Lemon style, writer for a streaming rom-com studio. We binge-watched your spa saga. Any interest in consulting on a limited series about self-love branding after betrayal? Think Emily in Paris meets Under the Tuscan Sun. I snorted so loud waffles barked. Hollywood next. I screenshot, sent to Powell. Do we laugh or negotiate? Powell, both. Laugh first, negotiate second. When the alarm fell silent. Monday 6 a.m., my calendar chimed. Sunrise yoga live shoot. Instead of bolting up, I snoozed. For once, the algorithm could wait. I rolled over, pulled up blinds, and watched dawn through real glass, no filters. The sky looked like the Salt Cave bricks, rosy, sturdy, a little fractured. Brad's calendar invite popped. Transparency sync week 2. I tapped tentative and closed phone, breathing deep. Gate still cracked, not wide, but my side of the fence was blooming. Journal nightcap. Target launch T-6 weeks. Hollywood maybe. Therapy sprint 3 topic. Trust in supply chains and relationships. Note, orchid still thriving, keep watering schedule. I tucked the geode onto the bedside table next to the orchid. 2 broken things that turned light into art. Fitting Dacre for a woman learning that misbooked hotel rooms sometimes redirect you to suites you design yourself. No surprise guests allowed. Outside, Austin traffic hummed awake. I whispered a new affirmation. Booked for 1, open to upgrades on my terms. Then I got up, brewed lavender tea, and opened Slack. The world could scroll. I had product to ship and boundaries to stock. I used to think Valentine's Day aisles were minefields for the newly betrayed, heart-shaped grenades waiting to explode self-pity. This February, I stood in Target aisle 14 watching shoppers toss self-love snack packs into red carts like they were snagging limited edition Funko Pops. Over the shelf label, a cardboard cutout of my twirl shot beamed. Treat the one person you'll love forever, you. Nora from Snack Queen filmed B-roll while a local news crew interviewed customers. One college girl clutched a kit and told the camera, "My ex cheated last week. This feels like permission to celebrate leaving." I blinked back tears. Permission, packaged in turkey cones and boundary cards, my accidental legacy. But Valentine's Eve still had a plot twist to serve. One, the Hollywood callback. That morning, Powell arranged a Zoom with Silverline Studios. Their producer, Calvin Hayes, opened with, "We don't want to exploit your pain, we want to hero your pivot." Hollywood sugar always comes laced with hidden calories. He pitched an 8-episode dramedy called Booked for 1. Tagline, "She checked into heartbreak, checked out with a brand." They wanted me as consulting producer and IG cross-promoter. The money, life-changing, and 10% of profits pledged to safe beds. I promised to review the contract after Valentine's launch rush. Still, my heart danced. Not long ago, I was content strategist quietly writing for others. Now my story might get dialogue punch-ups by union screenwriters. To Brad's 90-day checkpoint. Brad's text, therapy checkpoint tonight. Offer stands for dinner after public place, zero pressure. Day 85 of the 90-day evaluation. I hadn't decided path A or B. He kept every boundary. Shared calendars, donation pledges, weekly couples therapy where he sat with open posture and uncomfortable honesty. He'd even moved to a smaller sales territory to reduce travel. Dr. Felix reminded me last session, forgiveness is not reunion, it's release. You can forgive and still choose separate roads. I mulled that while approving POS signage. 3 trolls level up. Around noon, self-love snack pack trended. Joyful tweets until a burner account posted fake lab results claiming our turkey spoiled overnight. The report cited a non-existent food safety agency. It smelled like coordinated smear. Nora panicked. I called Powell. In under an hour, we traced the tweet to a shell account linked to Shannon's cousin's marketing firm. Amygdala flash. Powell fired legal rockets. Twitter suspended the account. Yet Minitic talks with rotten turkey jokes racked 50K views before takedown. I recorded a calm stitch from the production kitchen, hairnet on, thermometer in product, 38 degrees F. Caption, receipts rumors, USDA certified, drama-free. Engagement tripled, crisis flipped into trust marketing. For the dinner decision. 7 p.m., I met Brad at Greenhouse Bistro, outdoor patio because fresh air feels honest. He stood as I approached, hands visible, therapist tactic we'd learned. 2 iced teas sat, unsipped. We exchanged small talk, target launch, his new mentorship program for junior reps. Finally, I asked, why did you invite me tonight? He inhaled, because contract clock ends Monday and I owe you a closing argument or acceptance of silence. He slid a slim box across the table. My stomach tiptoed, not ring-shaped, more like pen or bracelet. I opened it, a silver key engraved 212, my solo arb or crest suite number. I bought a condo downtown, he said. Unit 212, it's not a fresh start bribe. It's mine separate, so if we rebuild, it's by choice, not obligation. Gesture thoughtful, symbolic, I traced the engraving. Generous, but property is an apology. He nodded. True, the real apology is paperwork. He handed over a manila envelope, a notarized postnup transferring half his 401k and condo deed to me should infidelity occur again. I skimmed Powell's initials verified authenticity. Dinner arrived. Between bites of citrus salmon, Brad talked about therapy insights, childhood scarcity driving need for external validation, commitment to weekly men's group. He didn't cry, oversell, or beg. When plates cleared, he asked, gate position. I breathed, gate is ajar, not wide, but not locked. He smiled, a humble, relieved curve. I'll keep oiling hinges. Dinner ended with an A-frame hug, no invites, no pressure. 5 Sedona, in spirit. Late that night Tori sent selfies from Sedona, Red Rock vortexes, margarita fountain indeed achieved. She photoshopped me in, geode in hand. I laughed aloud, posted to stories with, next year I'll be physically present. 6 Valentine's Day, Shelfie Queen. Launch day, I visited 4 Targets with Nora and live-streamed shelf restocks. People filmed unboxing dances. By noon, Snack Queen portal crashed again, now normal. Donations ticker to safe beds, $75,000. I FaceTimed the shelter director. She cried, showed me blueprints of a new trauma recovery wing they could fund. News segment filmed at the flagship store. Reporter asked, what's the biggest lesson? I answered with polished authenticity. One hotel keycard showed me that self-respect isn't a consolation prize, it's the main event. These snack packs are tiny reminders that you don't need a +1 to be whole. Viewers clapped. I glimpsed Brad at the perimeter, smiling, not intruding. Progress in silhouette. 7 Hollywood signs. Back home, Powell emailed the studio contract, 7-figure potential. She'd carved creative control, mental health stipulations, ongoing shelter donations. I e-signed. The series will start writer's room this summer. My title, Executive Story Consultant. 8 Closing the Circle. That evening, I posted the final reel of the saga, montage from lavender lobby to Target aisle, set to Sarah Barrel's Let the Rain. Last frame, me placing a snack pack into my own cart, winking. Caption. And that, self-care squad, is how a double-booked suite turned into a shelf full of boundaries. Whether you're partnered, pending, or perfectly single, reserve the best room in your life for yourself first. Like skyrocketed, comments flooded with booked for one quotes already. I DM'd Lewis a thank you. He replied with behind-the-scenes blooper of me sneezing during geode shot. I posted it to stories because growth includes dork moments. 9 epilogue or prologue. 3 weeks later, Dr. Felix urged a decision ceremony. I sat across from Brad, papers for both paths on the table. I looked at the key engraved 212, felt its cool weight. I chose reconciliation probation, 6 more months of structured rebuilding. Brad didn't fist pump, just exhaled gratitude. We walked out into Austin spring air, identical orchids for Dr. Lee in hand. Gate still ajar, but now there's a posted rule sign and motion sensors. At home, I placed the 212 key next to the purple geode under the orchid. Balance. I penciled next quarter OKRs. Writer's room kickoff. Snack pack flavor 2, spicy closure. Couples transparency retreat option, maybe Japan hot springs. Solo Sedona trip rescheduled, non-negotiable. I reread the first bullet journal page that said release false narratives, attract verified truths. Mission ongoing, but milestones met. I brewed lavender tea, looked at a photo of sweet 212 sunrise, and smiled. Some stories start with a betrayal twist, the best ones twist again into breakthroughs. My feed, my heart, and my aisle section proved it. So if you ever find your partner's suite booked for someone else, remember, there's always another reservation available, the one where you check in with yourself, order room service courage, and wake up to a sunrise no scandal can steal. And that is a booking I intend to renew, lifetime membership, single occupancy guaranteed. Subscribe to my Mia's Stories YouTube channel for raw, emotional stories and authentic insights that encourage healing, growth, and understanding. Don't forget to be part of a supportive space where stories inspire and lessons resonate. What do you think about this story? Let us know in the comments. Your opinion truly matters to us, and we're here for you.